Old American vans are legends of their time. The Dodge 100 has an engine in the cabin, no protection in an accident. The Greenbryer is unstable on the road, and the Divco works without brakes. It looks stylish, but inside it hides a dangerous truth. Dear viewers, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your support. Number 5. Chevrolet Corvair Greenbryer Van, 1961 to 1965. The van that dared to be different, but not always for the better. Based on the Corvair platform, the Greenbryer was a rear-engined, air-cooled van, an unconventional layout for the American market. Engine: rear-mounted flat-six, air-cooled transmission, 3- or 4-speed manual, or optional 2-speed Powerglide automatic. Competed with VW Microbus, Ford Econoline, Dodge A100. Stability and handling issues. Because of the rear engine and rear-wheel drive, weight distribution was heavily skewed to the back. This made the front end light, especially when not loaded, resulting in poor steering feedback and reduced traction in the front wheels. In emergency maneuvers, it had a tendency to oversteer or tip, especially under inexperienced drivers. The Corvair line, including the Greenbryer, became infamous after Ralph Nader's 1965 book, Unsafe at Any Speed, which heavily criticized the early Corvair's handling. Nader specifically highlighted the lack of a front anti-sway bar, leading to sudden loss of control in sharp turns or evasive moves. The air-cooled engine allowed for low cabin floors and more space, but it overheated easily and had limited power for a full load. Maintenance was difficult due to the engine's tight rear placement, and the fan belts were prone to slipping or breaking. Cooling efficiency was poor, especially in hot climates. The Greenbryer was Chevrolet's answer to the VW bus, but its air-cooled flat-six engine was a first and last for GM vans. Unlike most American vans of the time, the Greenbryer had no front engine cover between the seats, offering a flat floor up front. A daring idea in the wrong market. Americans weren't ready for a van that handled like a riddle. While quirky and innovative, the Greenbryer was swept into the Corvair safety controversy and faded from public favor. Today, it's a rare collector's item, appreciated by enthusiasts for its oddball engineering. But few deny that it had serious safety and reliability flaws. Number 4. Dodge A100, 1964 to 1970. Style over safety? The Dodge A100 was a rolling risk with a face full of engine. The A100 had a cab-over-engine (COE) layout, meaning the driver and passenger sat directly above or in front of the engine, with no front crumple zone. In the event of a frontal collision, there was very little protection. The front panel was mostly thin sheet metal, offering no shock absorption, no airbags, no collapsible steering column. Safety engineering was minimal. The boxy design meant the side panels were flat and thin, lacking reinforcement. In a T-bone collision, the vehicle offered almost no protection to passengers. The lack of side beams made it a hazard in urban traffic, especially with larger vehicles. Engine: slant 6 or optional 273 V8. Layout: mid-mounted engine, underneath the front seats, accessed from inside the cabin. This design saved space, but came with major downsides. Heat. Cabins often got uncomfortably hot, especially in summer. Noise. The engine was loud, making long drives exhausting. Access. Servicing required removing part of the interior, a major inconvenience. Steering feel was vague, and suspension was stiff, making handling tricky. Nose-heavy balance made it unstable under braking or turning at high speeds. Braking system was outdated even by 1960s standards. Many models used drum brakes all around. Despite its flaws, The A100 was popular with custom van fans and even used in drag racing, thanks to its lightweight and V8 options. It was also featured in TV and film, including That 70s Show and Scooby-Doo style homages. If you rear-end something in an A100, you don't hit the dashboard, you become it. The Dodge A100 is now a cult classic, loved for its quirky looks and vintage vibe, but in terms of safety, it's a relic of a time when style and utility outweighed survivability. Collectors today appreciate it, but drive it with caution. It's fun, but far from crash-worthy. Number 3. Chevrolet Suburban, 1955 to 1966. A workhorse that became a legend, but safety was an afterthought. The Chevrolet Suburban of the 1955 to 1966 generation was part of one of the longest-running nameplates in automotive history. This era marked a transition from a bare-bones utility vehicle to a more family and passenger-friendly wagon. Offered in two-door wagon and panel van configurations, it was a favorite for both rural families and commercial use. Common engines: inline-6, 235, 250, small block V8s, 283, 327. Built on a truck chassis, based on the Chevy 3100 and later CK series, RWD rear-wheel drive, with manual or optional automatic transmissions. Durability: known for being tough and simple to maintain. Utility: could carry 9+ passengers or be used as a cargo van. Versatility: farmers, contractors, and even government agencies used it widely. Design: iconic wraparound windshield, especially 1955 to 1959. Clean body lines. No crash protection. Like most 1950s vehicles, it lacked seatbelts, crumple zones, and energy-absorbing steering columns. Braking power: many models had manual drum brakes, making stops from high speeds challenging, especially when fully loaded. Suspension: leaf spring rear and basic shocks meant a bumpy ride under light loads. Visibility: the large A-pillars and limited mirrors reduced visibility. Backing up or merging was tricky. Cabin layout: minimal padding or interior safety, metal dashboards, hard knobs, no airbags. In rural America, owning a 1960s Suburban meant you had something built to last, a reputation that helped the name live on for decades. Today, fully restored models are highly collectible, with prices for pristine examples often reaching $40,000 plus depending on originality and condition. In the 50s, it hauled hay, kids, and hunting dogs. In 2025, it hauls auction bids. The Suburban has been in continuous production since 1935, making it the longest-running nameplate in U.S. automotive history. The 1955 to 1959 Task Force versions are especially prized for their bold styling and chrome-heavy front ends. Number 2. GMC Handy Van / Chevrolet G10, 1964 to 1970. The humble van that started a cultural revolution, the GMC Handy Van and its Chevrolet counterpart, the Chevy G10, were first-generation compact vans based on Chevrolet's light-duty truck architecture. Introduced in 1964, they were designed to be simple, practical, and affordable, ideal for small businesses and tradespeople. Over time, they evolved into icons of the van life counterculture movement in the late 1960s and 1970s. Layout: forward control, cab over, design with the engine between the front seats. Engines: inline-6, 153 cubic inches, 4-cylinder, then 230/250 cubic inches I6. Later, small block V8s. Transmission: 3-speed manual standard, with optional automatics in later years. Drive: rear-wheel drive, RWD. Seating: basic cargo versions had 2 front seats. Passenger models could seat 5 to 8. Compact size: easy to maneuver and park in urban environments. Affordable, low initial cost made it accessible to small businesses and working-class buyers. Modifiable, large interior space encouraged customization. Ideal for camper builds, musicians, delivery drivers. Simple mechanics, easy to work on, reliable engine choices. Front crash vulnerability. With no crumple zone and the engine between the seats, the front of the van offered almost no protection in frontal collisions. Minimal insulation. Noise and heat easily entered the cabin. Primitive brakes. Early models had manual drum brakes, which could fade under load. Handling. High center of gravity and narrow track made it susceptible to rollovers, especially when loaded. No safety features, no airbags. Seat belts were optional early on. No rollover protection. These vans became symbols of freedom and rebellion during the hippie era, often painted with psychedelic art and outfitted with shag carpets, beds, and incense burners. Helped popularize the van life movement that exploded in the 70s and continues to this day. The first-generation G10 Handy van inspired the custom van boom of the 1970s, leading to TV and movie fame, including in shows like The A-Team, later model, and pop culture van art. It wasn't built to be cool, but it became the blueprint for cool. Number 1. Divco Delivery Van, 1937 to 1980. The Milkman's Legend, a van built to walk with. Divco, Delivery Vehicles Company, was founded in 1926, but its most iconic models started production in 1937. These vans became a staple of milk, bread, and grocery deliveries across the U.S. By the 1940s and 1950s, the sight of a Divco van on suburban streets was a daily routine. Unique feature. Specifically built for door-to-door delivery. Drivers could operate the van while standing. An automatic brake system stopped the van when the driver stepped out. Sliding doors allowed quick entry-exit, perfect for frequent stops. Body. Steel front with optional wood-paneled rear cargo area. Engines. Started with Ford V8s. Later models used Continental inline sixes. Brakes. Mechanical drum brakes. Drivetrain. Rear-wheel drive, RWD, with a heavy-duty chassis. Efficient delivery. Stand-up driving and quick braking made neighborhood routes easier. Durability. Many Divcos remained in service for 20 to 30 years. Simple mechanics, easy to repair and maintain, no modern safety features, no seat belts, side protection, or crumple zones, poor cabin comfort, no AC or heating in most models, cramped interior, prioritized cargo over driver comfort. Divco vans became cultural icons of the mid-century American neighborhood. Some were used as mobile grocery shops or ice cream trucks. Today, they're highly collectible, often restored as coffee vans or showpieces. When you saw the Divco on your block, you knew the milk had arrived.